Phil, Will is asking, hey, Phil, do you think my Irish can win the Ohio State, Clemson, or USC games? I'm hoping we can win 2 out of those 3 to go 11-1.
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, now the Ohio State game is going to be tough. I've got them a 2-touchdown underdog in that game, as does Vegas right now. The game's in Columbus. That, of course, makes it very difficult. But Clemson and USC, I rate both games as toss-ups. Generally, when I rate 2 toss-ups games, I figure you're going to win 1 and lose 1. If that's the case, they go 10-2. But really, I mean, the Clemson game is at home. The USC game is on the road. We'll have to see what kind of shape USC is in at the end of the season. They are my number 1 most improved team, but maybe they'll have the Pac-12 title game on deck. And if that's the case, it may not be as important a game as winning the Pac-12 title game. We'll have to see what happens with USC. But yes, the opportunity is there, and I do rate both the Clemson and USC games as toss-ups, with the only game I have an underdog this year being Ohio State. Appreciate that, Will.
Phil, since we're on the subject of USC, I got to say it was a bit of a head scratcher on the surface for me, but I know that you've got an explanation. So I saw USC as, I believe, your number 1 surprise team, coming off 4-8. I'm sorry, Phil. They were where?
Number 1 most improved team.
Yes, most improved team. Absolutely. Okay. 4-8 last year. So I would think that that would rank them somewhere between 55 and 65 in your power poll. And they're number 28 this year. Most people are much higher on USC than that. Your thoughts about the Trojans?
Yeah, and, Mark, like I explained, I go through a 3 write-through process with the magazine. And after the first write-through with USC, the postseason write-through, I had a middle of the road in the Pac-12. And then the next part of the write-through process was the pre-spring, which I bumped them up a little bit. And then finally, after talking to Coach Riley and going through the team with them, all of a sudden they had Caleb Williams at quarterback, Mario Williams, and a Blitnikoff winner, Jordan Addison, receiver, 1,000-yard rusher. Coach Riley told me he was happy about the offensive line. They brought in 13 transfers on defense. They went all the way up to my number 1 most improved team by the end of the magazine. So it's a 7-month process. And like you, Mark, my initial reaction was, you know what, they're probably middle of the road in the Pac-12 South, maybe 4th. And they just started moving up as Coach Lincoln Riley kept bringing in the transfers. And his confidence level talking to him, I think they're going to have a very good year.